From the podcast waves to every home, teaching us the power to stand alone. Legal knowledge keeps us in the zone. Fight against CPS so fiercely shown. Stand up USA, don't let them fall. Fighting for our kids, answering the call. Our devotion's strong, we won't stall. Freedom's light will shine proud for all. In every town across this great land, voices united, ready to withstand. From city streets to the desert sand, together we'll take a bold stand. Each parent's heart beats brave and true, following the path paved red, white, blue. Armed with rights we'll push on through, for the innocent lives we must rescue. Stand up USA, don't let them fall. Fighting for our kids, answering the call. Our devotion's strong, we won't stall. Freedom's light will shine proud for all. Each parent's heart beats brave and true, following the path paved red, white, blue. Armed with rights we'll push on through, for the innocent lives we must rescue. Stand up USA, don't let them fall. Fighting for our kids, answering the call. Our devotion's strong, we won't stall. Freedom's light will shine proud for all. They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids, pictures held up by thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows, and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher Warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop it.
Hey everybody. I don't know where Darren is. And Tammy, the answer to your question is Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." Hey Darren. Turn your mic on, Darren.
Hey, what's up? Happy?
Uh
Oh, what was that?
somebody asked who said give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry actually said that.
Patrick Henry.
So
Yep.
let me tell you what happened to me today. And then I
Oh
got
boy.
some cases I want to go over.
All right.
So thank God school starts back tomorrow.
Huh?
Oh, we took the kids out because we're so tired of being stuck in the house, right? So we're at the store and I see King run over to grab this that thing you jump on. I forgot what it's called. Pogo stick.
Trampoline.
No, pogo stick.
All right.
I see him. It's over in the corner. He's trying to pick it up. I hear this rude ass lady yell at him and say, "You better not jump on that in this store." I turn around
You say,
and I looked at my husband and I said it loud enough for her to hear me. I said, "We need to get the fuck out of here before I go the fuck off in here." Because I wanted to ask her who the hell she thought she was talking to him like that. I was pissed.
is there a point to the story?
Yeah, the point is,
Fuck around and find out.
that's right. You fuck around with me and find out because guess what? That's mine. Right? Not yours. He's not jumping on it. He just wanted to see what it was.
Yeah.
And
People
I
are.
wasn't going to buy it for him anyway because I don't want him killing himself.
I
He's
stress out
not,
enough just to get him in the background. Don't give him a damn pogo stick, and I know he has a son of a bitch.
right?
Yeah.
No.
No. Do you know? I know you want to go over case law and shit,
No, that's cool.
but
What?
did you know that the majority of the calls that come in about CPS are from the professionals that mandate reporting?
Yeah, because they don't want to get in trouble.
74% of the calls that come into CPS come from police, nurses. Police are number one. Police, nurses, doctors, those type of people. People that are part of mandate reporting, which are also the professionals that are involved with their little gaslighting and their little picking out the kids to, put in the catalogs and all of that stuff. Um, but I thought that to be a very interesting number. I was reading that report that you had sent me, and million, 7, 8, 9 million calls last year. And out of those 9 million calls, they only ended up with like 720,000 calls that they even have to look into even further. And then out of those 720,000 calls, look at the amount of people that are harassed by this bullshit. Think about it. 9 million people are investigated, and there's no need for it. None. That's completely asinine, ridiculous. It's just, it blew my mind to know that our kids are being turned in and being stolen, or the start of this wave is actually starting from not people that care for them, but people that are employed by us, if you will. So what does that tell you? That should say something right there.
Yeah.
Because the people that know you aren't calling CPS. They're not calling it. They see you spank king. Like they're not like, oh, we're going to call CPS on Tiff. One, because they're scared to death, and two, that's the way it should be. So you know what I mean. But that's it. They know that you're not hurting them. They know the boy might need a little extra oomph. So whatever. Like that's it. But we're having these mandated reporters are the ones that are doing the bulk of the calling in for this stuff. There's a problem here. Houston, we've got a problem.
Yeah, we do have a problem. It's all about the money. They know that they're going to end up on that call, especially the police if they call, or they're already there, and they'll go to the car and make the call.
Yep. Perfect, brown, blonde haired, blue eyed little baby down here. Pick him up, John. Bring car 3.
I was reading one of my books today,
Oh yeah,
and
speaking of that, Art, did you read? Did you overlook that?
I am looking at it and I'm making notes.
All right,
Um,
make good.
yeah, but I'm gonna have to type it up because you won't be able to read my handwriting. It's chicken scratch. I have to do that so because my kids used to sign my name to the report cards, so I had to change my signature all the time.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
Back at the
this
range.
guy was a CPS worker and he wrote this book. Of course, it's old. Um, but
Why
he
you say
said,
of course?
huh?
Why'd you say of course it's old?
Well, it was written in 2004.
All right.
But anyway, everything that I already knew, he confirmed it, right? From day one, this is why I tell parents don't sign anything with CPS. From day one, the goal is not to reunify no matter what they say. It is to terminate your parental rights.
Sure is.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that tells in most of these places. If you go look, and I thought it might have been just a main thing, but it wasn't. If you look up when a judge can order a GAL or whatever else you guys call them around the world, but when a judge orders a GAL, they can only order it for 2 reasons. One, it's a termination hearing, or two, if the child is up for adoption already, if it's an adoptable child issue. So why is it that we're all getting GALs at the beginning of our cases? Now, if this is the case, and this is what's true, then Title IV funding needs to be discontinued for all of these places, because Title IV funding says is that reunification is what draws you the loot. It's not until you get to the American Safe Families Act that you start getting the money for stealing the kids and getting the adoption and all of that stuff. But Title IV says if you're reunifying, then we're giving you money for stuff. The second you go to termination, money comes off the table. And that's a big part of this. We just saw that. I read that article that you sent. I didn't realize that they even renewed Title IV. I thought that CPS was running on an open-ended budget right now. Or, like I thought it was almost illegal because Congress or nobody was approving a budget or didn't have one for them and no one had signed it or whatever. So I didn't realize that that was still going on. But they gave a $300 million increase to substance abuse families now. So now what they're doing is they're taking all these things. So they've run out of what they've targeted in the first wave. They've run out of these people, their kids. So now we're going to round 2. So now we're going to get, the things that we praised by the states by beating an opiate addiction or things like this that, we were applauding, for everybody beating their, this stuff. Now we're going to go after them and we're going to get them and we're going to give some bonuses. So, we're going to send them all back into relapses. We're going to get some more tent city people out here. We're going to, take care of this because we're giving $300 million to go take the kids of these people that had opiate addictions. We're not only going to take these kids and swear to this, we're going to add money to this fund so that we can get it. So, watch out, guys. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. So I found some interesting cases. I'm going to send it to you, but It took me an hour to figure out how to send it to myself so that I could send it to you because I'm not very good at this stuff.
Yeah, writing your own name is a challenge, I heard.
So the Constitution absolutely gives you the right to be a parent. And it gives you that right under the 14th Amendment because it says the child-parent relationship is a liberty interest protected by the Due Process Clause. That was back in 1985.
This is a case law?
Yes, it is Carson versus Elrod.
Elrod. Hey, Elrod. Where is that drawn from? Who made that finding? Is that Supreme Court? Is it Supreme Court? Is it
I don't know. You'll have to look it up.
well, I thought you already looked it up.
I just got the cases.
Oh, all right.
Another one is Doe versus Irwin. Another 1985. U.S. D.C. District of, this is in Michigan, 1985. It says, no bond is more precious and none shall be more zealously protected by the law as a bond between a parent and a child. Actually, that was in 1976 and reaffirmed in 1985.
So what happened in 1985? That's when they did something that happened that year. There was they made it. That was when they brought the Bible to Congress, and they used that. They used the freedom of religion fight that year too, I believe. It was like a whole year long of supporting. Oh my God, what was it called? Anyway, it was instilling the fact that the Bible was the basis of our common law and all of that stuff. I forget what they enacted that year, but anyway. So Carson versus Elrod. What was the other one?
Doe versus Irwin. Not only are your rights protected in the First Amendment, but also the 5th, 9th, and the 14th. And I'm even going to say the 10th Amendment too, because the 9th and 10th Amendment clearly state that just because the Constitution doesn't put every single right in there, that does not mean they don't exist. And being a parent is a natural process. That's why they want people to get married. The practice of no prior consent, interview of a child, will ordinarily constitute a clear violation of the constitutional rights of parents under the 14th and the 4th Amendment of the United States Constitution. The investigation interview of a child constitutes a search and seizure. Like I said, get those cards from Darren, and I will send him the one for the school too for you. And it says, of course, they can't do it on private property. They can't do it without consent, a warrant, probable cause, exigent circumstances, imminent danger. Such an interview is an unreasonable search and seizure in violation of the parents and child and possibly the private property violations. That one was in 1976, and that's Elrod versus Burns.
Well, Elrod was busy.
Yes, yes. The loss of the First Amendment freedoms for even minimal periods of time unquestionably constitutes irreparable injuries. Through the First Amendment rights are not absolute. They may curtail only by interests of vital importance. The burden of proving which rests on their government. That's Fritz versus U.S. A parent's right to preserve his relationship with his child deprives from the fact that the parent's achievement of a rich and rewarding life is likely to depend significantly on his ability to participate in the rearing of his children. A child's corresponding right to protection from interference into relationships deprives from the psyche importance to him of being raised by a loving, responsible, reasonable adult. That was in Griswold versus Connecticut. I want to read the one that talks about terminating parental rights real quick. Let me find it. Here's one. A parent's right to the custody of his or her children is an element of liberty guaranteed by the 5th and the 14th Amendment. I'm looking for the one about parental rights. Oh my God, I knew I should have printed this, but I didn't have enough paper.
Did you email it to me? You did, right?
Not yet. I just learned how to email it to myself today. Here's one about consent. Consent is the product of official intimidation or harassment, and that is not consent. Citizens do not forfeit their constitutional rights when they are coerced to comply with requests that are made. That requests that would refer to a refusal. I knew I should have wrote these down, but I did not have time.
14th, Elrod versus Burns. We got Joe versus Irwin. Gianna versus Elrod. Griswold versus S. Fritz versus who?
Who?
Fritz versus someone.
Oh, hold on. I got to go back up.
F.
You got Fritz versus the United States.
Oh.
This is Gross versus State of Illinois. State judges as well as federal judges have the responsibility to respect and protect the persons from violations of federal constitutional rights. That goes back to what I said. I don't care if they are administrative judges or not. They have to, when you tell them that they're violating your rights, they have to acknowledge it. It's right here. Darren, you don't have to write these down. I'm going to send it to you.
Tiffany, and it's online all the time, so I could go back and relook at it.
Yeah.
Maybe I was drawing a little picture of you while you were reading that off. You ever think about that?
Okay, so the Ninth District Circuit Court held that a parent's relationship is a constitutionally protected liberty interest. See Declaration of Independence. Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness in the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. No state can deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person the equal protection under the law. That's Langston versus Maloney. Liberty interest of the family encompasses is an interest in retaining custody of one's child, and thus a state may not interfere with parents' custodial rights absent due process protections. Parental rights have been recognized as being essential to the orderly pursuit of happiness by free men. That's what it says.
But these are all case laws, correct? And we don't have anything in the Supreme Court ruling on this yet. No.
There is one in here, but it's like 50 pages.
We're so pouty about it. You're like, it's like 50 pages.
I'm looking for the one about parental rights.
They're all about parental rights, Tiff.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking, due process violation occurs when a state-required breakup of the natural family is founded solely on the best interest analysis. This is not supported by proof of parental unfitness. Ram versus Rubin.
That's a good one right there. That's
1997. Children may not be removed from their home by police officers or social workers without notice and a hearing unless the officials have reasonable belief that the children are in imminent danger.
Ram versus Rubin. I'm trying to get over that today.
Children have a standing to sue for their removal after they reach the age of majority. Children have a constitutional right to live with their parents without government interference. That's Cassidy versus Tuckett.
That's cool.
State employee who withholds a child from their family may infringe on the family's liberty and association. Social workers cannot deliberately remove children from their parents and place them in foster caregivers when the officials reasonably should have known such an action would cause harm to the child's mental or physical health. The court explained, absent tangible evidence of abuse or neglect, the courts do not authorize fishing expeditions into citizens' homes. The best interest of the child without supporting facts and legal basis is insufficient support to order based on reasonableness or any other ground.
See, keep on joking around with that stuff that you were asking me about earlier.
Yeah.
Don't even say it.
Okay. So here's the one everybody wants to know. Social workers and other government employees may be sued for deprivation of civil rights under 42 U.S.C. 1983 if they are named in their official and individual personally and physically. Oh, go back. Mhm. So yes, you can sue social services. You can sue the worker. Defendant was not entitled to qualified immunity or summary judgment because he or she should have known, investigating further into ordering a seizure of a child based on information that they overheard. Social workers are not entitled to absolute immunity. They're where no court order commanded them to place plaintiff with particular caregivers. Department of Social Services is not entitled to absolute immunity. Police officers Police officer was not entitled to absolute immunity for her role in taking of a child.
So
Immunity
that,
is defeated if the official took the complaint of action with malice, intention to cause the deprivation of rights, or the official violated clearly statutory and constitutional rights which a reasonable person would have known.
mhm. Hell yeah. You know how much information you just put out right there that people are like, oh my God.
Mhm.
But remember how to use case law, guys. Remember to use it properly, like we discussed in the other shows. You can't just go out and start like ripping up papers now, writing case law in it. It doesn't work like that. You need to use it properly and effectively because you don't want to be called um, uh, frivolous. Because once they call you frivolous, your time in court is done. So just make sure when you guys are doing this stuff that you're not putting any sort of backlashing words or any types like that. Just be cool with everything. Everything is bouncing off, bounce back.
Here's another good one. There is no exception to the warrant requirement for social workers. So they must get one.
We need to discuss that too. So up here they call it preliminary protection order. Okay, that's not the same thing as them getting a case order or a case.
It has to be a removal order, not a protective order.
Oh wow! So they're going to you don't have anything on the car that maps you out.
For the purpose of the Fourth Amendment, a seizure of a person in a situation in which reasonable person would have felt like he is not free to leave, or also actually yields to show of authority from the police or social worker, or is physically touched by police. Persons may not be seized without a court order or being placed under arrest.
Oh wow! Say that again.
Hold on. For purposes of the Fourth Amendment, a seizure of a person in a situation in which a reasonable person would feel that he is not free to leave, also either actually yields to a show of authority from police or social worker, or is physically touched by the police. Persons may not be seized without a court order or being arrested. Police officers and social workers may not conduct a warrantless search or seizure in a suspected abuse case absent exigent circumstances. Now, this one is from the United States Supreme Court. This is Griffin versus Wisconsin. The United States Supreme Court held that courts may not use different standards other than reasonable cause for insurance of such orders. If a court issues a warrant based on uncorroborated anonymous tips, the warrant will not survive a judicial challenge in the higher courts. Anonymous tippers are never probable cause. HR versus State of Human Resources, that's 1992. The court held that an anonymous tip standing alone never amounts to probable cause. Harlem versus Rice, defendant should have investigated further prior to ordering the seizure of a child based on information he overheard. The mere possibility of danger does not constitute an emergency or exigent circumstances that would justify a forced, warrantless entry and a warrantless seizure of a child. One's awareness of his or her right to refuse consent to warrantless entry is relevant to an issue of voluntariness of alleged content.
That's crazy stuff. That's absolutely crazy. I want to hear more about that Rand versus Rubin.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can send this to you.
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, you know what? I'm going to send it to your phone in a text message.
Okay.
There. Oh, no, it's going to come to your email. I just got it off my phone. Maybe. Hold on.
You guys hear those sound effects out there when I do those?
I heard it.
Well, I know you heard it, but did everybody else hear those? I don't want to be just doing it to appease. I want everybody to hear equally the sound effects.
Okay, let me see if it's sent.
Beautiful. This is the last time we find that. This is the last one we found.
Check your email. It said it's sent.
Yeah, I'm out there right now. I'm looking.
Now it looks longer than it is because I tried to copy and paste it, but I did it twice.
Can't just leave things alone.
I messed it up.
That's the weirdest thing. Okay.
Did you get it?
I'm still trying to get it in my email. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm not some AI bot. Hey, watch out over there. Watch out. He's learning about CPS.
And some of those, I think like 3 or 4 of them are in the 154 cases that I sent you.
Oh, good. Good. That's really good. Yeah, good. That's my Joe Biden I've been working on. Is it all right? Does it sound good? Hey, everybody. Joe Biden talking here. And you're going to come over and you're going to, yeah, come
I
on
wonder
over here.
why you were talking like that.
I'm going to get you on my knee and I'll bump you up and down real fast and rub my hair. My hair goes in that certain direction. It's kind of weird. It's funky.
Benny asked Darren to send it to you. I just sent it to him. I'm having a hard time.
Don't you guys realize that I am Tiffany's little bloop, 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 bloop. So don't even ask her to send you. Just be like, Darren, send it to Tiffany. So, yes, Benny, I will get it to you right away, sir. I'm pulling it up on my computer right now. This other one over here.
So you got it?
I did get it.
It took me an hour to figure out how to send it to myself from my other phone.
Well, I'm just reading it on the screen here, trying to figure out what it is and what it's about. Okay. What else, Tiff? What else you got for news this week? I know that this is exciting stuff, but you got anything else that was come up that you were like, oh man, I can't wait to talk to Darren about this?
No, but when I found this, I'm like, oh my God, how can I get this to him? But it took me an hour to get it to myself.
Right, and if that was an imminent danger situation, the imminent danger would have been over by then, right? And so you wouldn't have been able to get it to me in the time that you needed to.
No, but I do want people to get this book.
Yep. The Declaration of Independence and Constitutional United States of America. Get that book. And it breaks it all down for you, right, Tiff?
Yeah. I mean, everything I have, literally. I mean, I have
She's
constitutional law books. I have contract law books. I have, but it all stems from the Constitution because the Constitution is superior law of the land.
And then if you use
And
what is it, Madison, any law that's
right,
repugnant to the, well, you say it. I don't know what to say. Any law that's repugnant to the Constitution is
it's non-void. It cannot be enforced.
right.
And even the Bible, our Constitution is 34% of the Bible.
Right.
So, like I said before, and that case, that one case in there said it, state and federal judges have to uphold the Constitution because they are supposed to be protecting your constitutional rights. I even believe that they call them the guardian of the Constitution, but they're not being the guardians of the Constitution. They're being the devils of the Constitution.
Do you really think so?
Yeah. Let me see if there's another one. There's stuff in here about prosecutors, judges. And I've always said that we should not be going on the best interest of a child because...
Well, we don't go on the best interest of the child because the best interest of the child is what the damn judge feels like is the best interest for the child.
Exactly.
That's nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. That takes the judge's consideration of what is good for a child, like what their values and morals are and all that stuff. That takes on what a judge thinks. And that's not right. That's not right at all. There needs to be a set of rules that say these are the values that a child holds dear to them, 1 through 5, rate them Mrs. or Mr. GAL doing this stuff, and then, bring them into court and then just decide from there. Not some GAL that doesn't know you and it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's because it's not supposed to. Because the system was not set up to help families. It was set up to profit off of families.
Of course it was. Absolutely it was. You're damn right it was. It was freaking, no doubt. The Division of Family Services, like I always say, Tiff.
The first word is division.
Oh, Spanny sneaks in and gives you some hugs, Tiff.
Aww.
So nice.
I hope she's safe. She's got 100-mile-an-hour winds up there. She called me last night. I was asleep.
Ooh, that might have been one of those emergency times.
No, she'd have called me more than that.
Oh, all right. Good. Very nice. So this just goes to prolong our argument that parental rights are seemingly at the best we can say right now is that our parental rights do have some sort of constitutional value to them.
They're protected under, I just read them, the 14th, the 5th, the 9th. I'm going to say the 10th too, because the 9th Amendment and the 10th Amendment, they're kind of similar. They really coincide with each other because they couldn't put every single right that we have on there because the Constitution it'd be too big. So whatever rights that are not in there, which are enumerated, which if you think about marriage and why they wanted people to get married, right? To procreate, to have kids. Why would it not be a constitutional right? I can make this argument all day. That's bullshit. It is a constitutional right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Because if it wasn't a constitutional right, why would marriage be in the Constitution?
Yeah. And why would they have spent so much emphasis on it? Like why? I don't know. We got to find out why and where this went this way. If someone out there knows why or where and what it went to. That's good stuff, Jeff. Good job. Gunner's
Oh,
gonna be
I have
proud of you.
more. I just have to dig it out. And now that they're going back to school this week, I will have more time.
Hmm. Yep. There it is. Perfect. All right. You got it. I'm going to try to print this now.
Well, I got to
78
go get
pages.
some paper tomorrow.
Yeah, if you use HP Instant Ink, it would be really worth your while. They give you a rounded up number each month that you're allowed to use, and then they send you the amount of ink that you need for it and the paper for it. And don't worry about it, Tiff. If you go over, they have overage charges and everything, so you can just keep on printing. It's really is that a good little plug?
I'll just keep using my printer that I can just go buy $5, 500 pack of paper and some ink
Yeah.
off Amazon. I'm good.
Listen, damn well you don't go buy that over there. You go over there and when you get a when you get a new your ink runs out, you just go get a new printer because it's just as cheap to buy a new printer as it is to buy the ink for it.
Well, I got 3 printers.
Yeah, probably because you did what I just said.
Well, no, I had one couple that I helped. They brought me a printer.
Right.
My mother-in-law passed away, so she had a printer.
Right.
And then I had a printer, so I got 3.
Right. None of them have ink though. All brand new still.
Well, I used the ink up already.
Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
See,
Darren tried to tell me he wasn't getting sick, but he's getting sick. Okay. Debbie, I saw your post on Facebook. I'm not understanding what PSI is. So if you can elaborate on that, I'd appreciate that so I can understand what's going on. Spanny, call me tomorrow when the winds die down because I was asleep when you called. And you need to be safe because you got all them 100-mile-an-hour winds going on up there. Benny, he said he's going to send that to you. And Spanny, if you want it, I'll send it to you too. In fact, Spanny, I'll just go ahead and send it to you now. I'll have to figure out how to send it to you, Spanny. I'll probably just have to go into the one I sent to Darren. Oh, no, I got your phone number in here.
no, you're just gonna tell me to send it to her.
No, I got Spanny's home phone number. I can send it to her.
You guys, you damn.
I sent it to her phone. She should have just got it. So I want to know if your grandson is being returned. That's what I want to know. Brenda, because I saw your post. So anyway, did you blow your nose? I told you you're getting sick.
I'm not getting sick. I did, but I'm looking for a napkin right now. I just, when you sometimes you blow through the napkin, so I'm looking for another one.
Oh God, that is so funny.
No, only because it's not you that did it.
If we can't laugh at ourselves, who can laugh at us?
That's right. So I'm looking for my buddy here and Mary are both looking frantically for me to have another napkin here. So I'll be right with you. When you have a mustache, you can't just let that. You can't let it go like that. Mustache does weird thing.
Spanny got it. And I sent it to her phone.
Oh, good. You guys are good. Good. Very nice. Oh, here's one. I got one. Yay. Yay.
And he didn't even turn the microphone off.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
Well, I was gonna say I thought the visits were going good too. And hopefully the judge will return the child because I really believe that case was based on your disabilities and nothing else, Debbie. So we'll see. Fanny said drink some turmeric.
Oh, yeah. Good call. I will do that. Lemon tea and honey and ginger in there. Wow, good one, Vinny. Hello, Arjuna. Good old Arjuna. Miss Clearwater just hanging with us. You'll love them people from overseas.
In the go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
And in the book that I was reading, I only got like 20 pages in before Evil Knievel started climbing up shit. So he also said the same thing that I've been saying. Don't use their psychologists and use their drug facilities. Don't use their stuff because they're all paid by the state to be against you. Always find your own people.
Right.
So he just confirmed all the shit I already knew, but I like to have confirmation, even though I know it. But in my head, once I read it and somebody else sees it and other people see it, then I'm like, yes, thank you.
Well, our little project's going to be a nice one. These people will be able to check this out.
Yeah.
But until that happens, you know what? There is a book up called right here. Oh, look at that! As a matter of fact, there's this book right here that you guys should possibly go ahead and absolutely purchase from Amazon. Yes, buy it. Stay calm. CPS is coming. It's full of good information for you guys that all through your CPS case tells you everything you need to know about CPS, what to do, what not to do, ins and outs, up and down, left and rights, and all that good stuff. So I highly suggest that you check it out because, if I didn't have this book, I don't know what I would have done. How's that? Was that good?
Oh, and did they contact you about your link for the termination webinar tomorrow?
I did not get a confirmation.
If you don't get it, let me know. I think it starts at 1. When I get mine, I will forward it to you so you can get on because it'll have the link. And Vinny, make sure you're there. And Spanny, I don't know what time it'll be there, but I'll send you the link too.
Okay. That sounds nice.
Because I was on the first one. And Vinny was on there too.
Yeah, it was good. You guys learned a lot that day? you learned at the bar was powering forward to try to help with the termination or to get rid of this stuff,
Yes.
or not get rid of, but make it more difficult to.
No, they want to get rid of it.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's really good.
I think so too.
Like, I mean, but here comes the question: what are you going to do about all the people that have already felt these wraths? I mean, there's not much you can do, right? Or is there? Is there going to be something? Can they open this stuff up? Look, our legislatures can change whatever the hell they want. If they say, people are like, oh, well, they've been adopted, you can't change that bullshit. Those legislators can go right in there and say, unless it was a CPS crime, your adoption can't be overturned unless it was based on a yada, yada, yada. They can put that simple verbiage right inside of those things, and off to the races us parents go to get our kids back.
Yeah.
Well, with some simple, procedure things that, you had followed while you were with your case with CPS, like as long as you have paperwork to back it up or something, then you could go in there and do it. That would be cool. But we'll see.
Well, one of the questions that, because I'll send the link out as soon as I get it tomorrow. One of the questions, if the chat's working this time, we can ask those questions. Oh, they do have a question and answer. You can ask it in the question and answer if the chat's not working.
Oh, good. Good. Excellent, Smithers.
So I don't have Vinny's email. So if you all don't get it, let me know. And as soon as I get it, I will forward it. And then you all can forward it to Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
Spade said, call me 30 minutes before. I think it'll be 8:30 your time, Spanny. Yeah, because it'd be 9 your time when it comes on, 1 our time.
It'd be 4 our time, and then is that what it is? 1 time ours? All right.
It's at 1 o'clock our time.
Yeah, okay. So it's even with us.
Yes, it's even with us, but not Spanny, because she's 4 hours behind us.
Right. And then Arjuna, it's already Wednesday.
All right, we can end the show and we can watch that. We can do that webinar tomorrow and talk about it on the show. Maybe you can maybe we can go live. I don't know if we can or not. While they're doing the webinar.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk to them about it. I'll talk to them about it before the thing. I'm trying, Tiff. Just hold the heck on here. My mouse is a little sketchy. Jesus almighty. I can just feel the burn coming off of me right now. Like, dang, it in the show. Yeah, dang, in the show. Let's go.
Doesn't Gunner's show come on tonight?
Oh, yeah, don't forget, guys. Tonight, Gunner for CPS, 9:30 Eastern Time. He's going to be ready. He's full of piss and vinegar. I'm surprised that he's not here right now, plugging the hell out of his show. So we'll do it for him, 9:30 tonight Eastern Time. Make sure you check it out because he's got a lot. He's going to actually, it'll be tonight, he's going to be talking about case law because we know Gunner loves his case law. So, you know what? That being all said, I'm almost to the point that I can do this for us. But yeah, Tiff, we'll be back bright and happy tomorrow, right? All right, cool. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Tiff and the Punisher ready for a stand, facing down the system with a plan in hand. Families torn apart, it's a painful sight. They're here to make it right, under the moon's soft light. CPS on the doorstep, knocking at the door. Mothers cry, children hiding on the floor, fighting for the family's hearts, heavy yet bold. In every whisper story, the truth is being told. Free, I can't see the family, hold them tight. Every voice, every heart shining through the night. Fight for the Constitution, stand your ground. It's not over until justice is found. Podcasts and voices breaking through the noise, speaking for the silenced, giving them a choice. Breaking down the walls, lifting up the veils. Truth comes marching in, guided by the trails. ground till the dawn's early light, standing tall and firm, ready for the fight. The world may try to silence, but they won't be ignored. Freedom's melody echoes in every chord. Free our kids, save the family, hold them tight. Every voice, every heart shining through the night. Fight for the Constitution, stand your ground. It's not over until justice is found. Kids, save the family, hold them tight. Every voice, every heart shining through the night. Fight for the Constitution, stand your ground. It's not over until justice is found.